just gonna do this with the cat on me. Hello, everybody.
Heylo.
Hi, everybody. So, welcome to my pros and cons video, or rather more of my likes and dislikes from the Blade and Soul Technical Alpha that I was just in this last weekend. So first off, I really only played my summoner. I got her up to level 27. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun class, although it is technically one of, quote unquote, I guess it was listed as like the easy class, but I mean, I had a cat for a pet. I had to play it. So I really liked it. I thought it was fun, and I definitely intend to play it more, but the next time I get to play the game, I'm going to try something different, just so that I can kind of spice it up. But yeah, Summoner was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Getting to learn how to like keep my pet alive felt a little bit of like a challenge, but I really enjoyed it other than that, and I can't wait to try it again. So I'm just going to jump right in now, talking about that. That's the only class I really played. I got every other class kind of through the initial tutorial, and that's about it. So I can't say anything about the other classes, just Summoner. Anyways, I have a list here, but I don't have my glasses on because the glare is real, so I can't read. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start with the positive. The game is really pretty. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite style. I really love the more kind of natural style that games like Guild Wars 2 or Final Fantasy have. They're a little bit smoother. They're not as vibrantly colored, like where everything feels like the contrast is turned up. But regardless, the game is still really pretty. The world felt like really large, and I enjoyed really exploring it. And man, I put on like some chill music and was just doing the movement where you can like fly and glide through the air, and it just felt really nice. It was a really nice feel to the world. But it was hard for me to take screenshots because it was so like highly contrasted that it just didn't work well at taking screenshots, at least of my Lyn. It was a little bit easier on a humanoid, but the Lyn, man, they are just vibrant. Something that I didn't like is the keybinds. So you can change most of them, and when you go into the keybinds menu, it tells you that everything has a binding to it. And again, this was a technical alpha, so I expect some of the issues like this to be fixed. But it told me that Q and E were for strafing, and they weren't. They did not let me strafe. What they did instead was they used two skills. Like E was to recall my pet, and Q was to make my pet like curl into a ball and protect itself. That's not strafing. And so I had to like do some digging to figure out what those skills actually were, and that was really annoying because I was like trying to remap my pet recall because I wanted to put it on an easier button for me to hit, but I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what is this skill that I use? Like, I don't even know what it is. And somebody had to tell me to go into the K menu, which is like your skill book, and there's an option to look at skills in like a blocky view where you see the skill and then what it's bound to, and then like the chain it's part of. And that's where I saw that they were bound to Q and E, and I was like, why is it lying to me? It told me that this is strafe, and it said it's these skills. So that was really confusing, and it would be really nice to be able to remap those to other buttons. Let's see, another positive is the character customization is amazing. I didn't initially realize how amazing it was because I was in a hurry, and so I skipped all the sliders. I was like, well, I look fine. And then I made a Jin and I made a Gon, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly, I have no idea, but they creeped me out. Their arms were so long, their fingers were like so long, they would do like the heart thing, but it was like this, and their fingers were like, woo, like really creepy. So I couldn't play them, and I was complaining about it, and someone was like, you know, you can just like change that, right? And man, I did not realize all the sliders. Oh my gosh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have some character creation videos up. You can like skip towards the end where I'm changing like arm length and finger length and like shoulder width and shoulder height and shoulder like heaviness, and like, oh my gosh, there's so many sliders, and it's amazing. Like, you can make such a unique and pretty character, and I had so much fun with those. I made a character of every class, and just like took a ton of screenshots of them because that's what I do. But character customization, A plus in my book. Although the hair is kind of weird. It's like really metallic. All the hair is like a gradient metallic color. I don't understand that, but I mean it looks kind of cool, I guess. But if you want to make a more natural character, it's a little bit more difficult. Okay, another negative is again kind of a lack of explanation. There's this one boss that you fight at the end of the first like quote-unquote hardcore dungeon, where he pulls you in for an attack and it says use a joint attack to stop this from happening, and I'm like, what is a joint attack? I have no idea what a joint attack is. And I played a summoner and I don't remember ever hearing about joint attacks. Like, I don't think I did. And Bumper, who played a Blade Master, was like, no, yeah, I had a quest about how to do a joint attack. And I was like, well, do you remember what it is? He's like, no, it was in the tutorial. And he couldn't find it. I was like Googling them. I could not find anything on joint attacks. I was looking, there's no help menu in game. And we have no idea. And then I had a loading screen that said use joint attacks, but it didn't tell me. It said if a skill is flashing, that means it's a joint attack. But that's not it, I don't think. I still don't really know what a joint attack is. So that'd be cool if I found out what a joint attack is, but we managed to beat the boss without using any joint attacks that I know of. But just things like that, it's really hard to find information on stuff. And I don't know, I think that Bumper asked in like our Alliance chat and nobody responded. Alright, another positive. This is kind of a positive and kind of a negative, but the weapon and, so in this game, armor means nothing. And so it's all about your weapons, your accessories, and then this soul shield. But I'm just going to talk about weapons and the accessories and how you upgrade them. So at the beginning, you're given like this one weapon, and it's like a Hong weapon. I don't remember exactly what it's called. And you upgrade it by like putting other weapons into it. And so you just keep upgrading it using these upgrade materials and also these weapons that you pick up as you're playing, and then it just gets better and better and better. And then you have to like get a really fancy weapon and merge them to just keep upgrading it. Same with accessories. And I really like that system, but I wish that it had been better explained somewhere. Somebody else had to tell me how to do it, and I don't know if I just wasn't reading anything that was given to me, but I really don't feel like I saw that anywhere. So I wish that I had learned how to do that through the game instead of somebody else telling me, but I don't know how they learned. Maybe I just didn't see it. I don't know, but it's a really cool system. I really liked it. I hear it gets really expensive the higher up you get, and it also can be kind of grindy because some of the weapons you need in order to keep it, like the one single weapon you have to merge it with to take it to the next level, you have to kind of grind for because it's a drop in a dungeon. And I didn't really mind, but it took Bumper a long time to get his, so he really minded. Alright, let's see. Something that I don't like, and I don't like this in any game that does this, is fighting for kills. And most MMOs have this. Guild Wars 2 I think is one of the few that doesn't really have this, where most games, you hit it first, it's yours. It turns a different color, it's your kill. Anytime, if anybody else hits it, they're not going to get anything. They're not going to get loot, they're not going to get XP, whatever. But part of the problem I have with this in this game, it's just it's like the same as when I tried out, I was in the Miss of Pandaria beta, is that there's so many people in these zones that it's like overfull, and I was just constantly having to like stay in one spot and like camp the spot just for one mob, and I had to kill 12 of them, and so I would kill it and then I would have to wait for the respawn, and that's so aggravating to me. And towards the end I realized that I could swap to a different channel and hopefully there would be less people, but still it's just really aggravating, and I don't think that it'll be that way forever. It's just there were so many people in the same zone, and it's going to be that way at launch probably, but probably not as much because there will be servers. But anyways, I hate that. So it was really aggravating and frustrating. I was like, I just want to finish this quest. If there weren't like 12 other people doing the same quest, it would be done already. Let's see. The outfits in the game, I really like them. I know like the female characters are super sexualized, so a lot of the outfits are really sexualized, but there are some other outfits that are really cute that I really enjoyed and that are really awesome. I have videos going up on my channel of all the outfits available to all the races as females. I'll probably in the in the beta I'll do some male videos too, just kind of spice it up a little bit. But if you're interested in seeing them, they are really intricate and amazingly done. The only bad thing is you can't really swap out pieces. It's the whole outfit. So the slots are, you have a head slot, you have like a face slot. I think you have like head, face, and then the rest of your body. There might be one more that I'm not thinking of, but that's all I remember. Head, face, body. And so you kind of work with that. And it doesn't really bother me that much, even though I do like the customization in games like Final Fantasy and Guild Wars 2 where you can mix up all the pieces. But this is nice. All the outfits are really, really well done. Like, they're super beautiful, so that was definitely a plus. And also, they don't mean anything, so you can just like swap them out. Sometimes they'll flag you for PvP, but other than that, there's no stats connected to them, so they're pretty cool. Alright, let's see. The game was really easy. I played by myself up until up until the quote-unquote hardcore dungeon, and that was a 6-man dungeon, and Bumper and I did it together, just the two of us. And everything else I did by myself. Every other dungeon that I needed to do, I did by myself. I did all the content by myself until the hardcore dungeon, which I did with just Bumper and I. 6-man dungeon, 2 people. I hear if you had 6 people, you just steamrolled it to where you didn't even see the boss's mechanics. So the game just feels really easy, and I'm sure that's what I've been hearing everywhere. So I'm kind of expecting them to up the difficulty level after all the people coming out and saying, yeah, well, that game is really easy. So yeah, it's easy, and you also level really quickly, which doesn't really bother me, but at the same time, I don't really know what there is to do when you hit max level, so if there's not a lot to do when you get there, then leveling quickly is kind of a negative. But if there's a lot to do, then it's a positive. So I guess we'll see. Let's see. I have on here boobs. Yes, because whoever animated them has probably never seen how actual boob physics work. Every time I talk to an NPC, they're just like going everywhere. It was ridiculous. I kind of got over it, and I made all of my lady characters have like smaller size chests so that I didn't have to deal with the terrible physics, but it did kind of like, it was kind of weird. It was just weird. Like, I could handle all the other sexualization stuff, but man, the boob physics are just so weird. I don't know who okayed them. Who finds that I don't even understand who finds that attractive. Like, windmill boobs. I don't understand. Let's see. So something I like and don't like are that some classes are tied to specific races, and that it was that way in WoW. It's still that way in WoW. No, is it? I don't know. It was when I was playing. And that kind of bothers me. That kind of doesn't bother me, because sometimes I want to play, like next time I play, I want to play a yin. I don't know. The tall willowy ladies. I want to be one of them. But I really like playing Summoner, but I can't play Summoner, and I really want to try Destroyer, but I can't play Destroyer on that class, so I have to play something that I'm not really interested in playing, but I really want to play that race because I really like the outfits on them, so I'm just going to have to suck it up and play something else. But it kind of bothers me, but at the same time it doesn't, because it doesn't really make sense to me to have a Lyn Destroyer, because it's a tiny little like animal person with a giant axe. No, that doesn't work for me, so at the same time as it annoys me, again, it doesn't really bother me. Let's see. And leveling, I feel like, is the same each time. Unless they're just giving us one pathway. Every time I started a new character, it was the same story. And I did not see any way for it to branch off at all during my entire playtime. All the way through level 27, it was really linear. Like, you're going to all these places, you're going to do all the same stuff, all the same quests on every single character that you level. Albeit leveling was really fast, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But man, it would get really annoying. Like, I could hardly handle redoing Guild Wars 2's story, and that had like, that one like all over the place until a certain point, and then it was the same. And even then you could do different stuff, but this is just one path all the way. Every time. And so I don't know if I can handle that. Like, I think maybe I could do one class every few weeks maybe, like, but I don't know if I can handle that many times. Let's see. the last thing I have, which is very minimal and probably really stupid, is that the main quest is, so you like the quest markers are little triangles on your map. And if it's just a general side quest, it's blue. And if it's your main quest, it's yellow. And then when you finish the quest, it makes like a little star marker on your map in the corresponding color. And so when I would finish the quest, and then the NPC would also have the little star above their head. Well, all the people that bought the fancy Founders Pack also have stars above their head. So there were a few times where I ran into the area that my quest was at, saw a person, and ran up and was just like spamming F. And I'm really dumb, but it took me a while to realize I was just a player and not an NPC. And yeah, so that's kind of annoying, but it's like such a small thing, it's not going to change. Just a little bit of an annoying thing for me. Let's see, that's everything on my list. I had more negatives than positives, but overall, I really enjoyed the game. I think I would give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. The replayability is low for me, but I could definitely see myself getting my $25 worth out of it, even before the game launches. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited for the closed beta, and if you guys are going to be in it, let me know, and maybe we can like swap character names so that we can say hi to each other when we're playing at the end of this month. So yeah, and I hope to see you guys there, and if you guys want to talk about the game or anything, feel free to leave comments below, or hit me up on my Facebook or on my Instagram where I put up some screenshots. And yeah, so thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!